Wonder if I can fix that. It's a C. Too fuzzy. There we go. Oh, no. Like right in between these. Good enough. Who knew chroma keys were difficult? I guess I did. We're doing that thing where we get the 80 arcane resist buff here, but someone has murdered all of the medics. Some errant loot just sitting there. Minutes for trees. I should decide if I'm going to change up my talents, though. I was thinking of running Kara40 as swords. On the other hand, this might be the last time I run it as daggers if Thunderfall drops, so I think I'll go with daggers. Even though most of the fights favor swords. But either way. We're hoping for Thunderfall to drop, along with the getting a lucky roll on the chest piece. Chest drops every time, so it's sort of a matter of time before I get it. But ideal would be Thunderfall and the chest in one go. With Thunderfall, we'd get the third piece of Tricksters, which would mean that our opening moves and finishing moves give attack speed. And 10% attack speed with Thunderfall in your main hand is a lot. Especially since the haste that are buff driven are multiplicative as opposed to additive, which is interesting and a little bit broken, but it's there, so we'll use it. I'm a little low in deadly poison. I should be fine. Should be fine. We'll be doing double dissolvent for most of the fights anyways. It's just Cruel and Mephistroth where you want to have... Actually, no, Mephistroth you can't. It's just Cruel, really. Maybe Gnarl Moon. No, Gnarl Moon, no. Who even would I use deadly poison on? Incantagos. And Medivh, I guess. And it shouldn't work on Medivh because he's undead. That seems like an oversight. I guess they're clearing out the rest of them to make the getting the medic easier, but so today I found out the train set drops with you at the center. So you kind of want to do it on a hill, but the tree is in front of you about half a meter or 1 meter. Actually, that's pretty close. I could have gone like half a foot back and it would have been perfect. Got 20 minutes to raid. Hopefully they'll get the buffs going and then we can start porting over to Kara. Any thoughts on the UE5 cancellation and the forced domain change? Seems like the lawsuit is really picking up steam. I have thoughts. Probably I should keep them mostly to myself. But the main thing is that the domain going down was inevitable. All that Blizzard has to do is assert illegality. And in order to keep the website up, someone would have to identify themselves. The site owner would have to identify themselves in order to keep it up. So obviously, if you're trying to protect your anonymity, you would have to give up the website. However, there are places you can own domains where that's not really a problem. So maybe turtlecraft.gg will be better in that regard. We'll see. In terms of the cancellation itself, I was not privy to any inside information, so I'm just assuming that it's probably related to the lawsuit, and I would venture a guess that Epic Games is probably someone who could put their boot down on the neck of anyone involved in that. And if Microsoft comes to Epic Games and says, hey, we don't like this, what do you think Epic Games is going to do? Who doesn't use Microsoft Azure databases and things like that? Everyone does. So if you're a big corporation, you use Microsoft products somewhere. You're kind of over a barrel. So there's a lot of leverage to be used in that regard. But no one is sadder about that project ending than the team. I can tell you that much for sure. They were very excited to have it in development. And, you know, it wasn't free. So you don't invest in something that you don't think is going to happen, generally speaking. So anyone spreading ideas that it was all fake looks pretty stupid to me. But whatever. People will invent grand conspiracies out of nothing. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do in intellectual property rights dispute like this. What is this purple spinny above the head? What is that? Primal ferocity. What is primal ferocity? Oh my gosh. Does that work on druids? Does that work with bear form? Impressive, if so. Do I still believe in the longevity of turtle owl? Absolutely. They look, you know, as an example, which was the one that basically just ran away. They were like super hyped and then they just vanished and they like dumped their project on another project. Like that's what normally happens. By this point, Nostralius gave up. Turtlewell's still here. That says everything to me. Oh, what? Are we waiting for like a level 54 medic? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Apparently they want a 54 medic, which is like getting a little bit OCD on this, which is good lord. Don't mean to prod you too much, I'm just genuinely curious because I'm debating continuing on TWoW myself, but you don't foresee any issues about the servers being suddenly shut down in the future? No. If Blizzard could shut down the servers, it would have already happened. They don't have that power. So I feel pretty safe enjoying Turtle WoW. If they did shut down for some reason, I've enjoyed my experience. I've played for 3 years now. Played for 3 years now. And have had a lot of fun and created a lot of cool content related to it. So I have no regrets. And it would be stupid of them to take it down. And what they should be doing is licensing private servers. And because they can't stop it. They can't stop it. There are thousands of them. And if Turtle WoW goes down, something else will just become the most popular one. But I would probably stop playing WoW if Turtle WoW went down. Like, altogether. This is where I made all my friends, and I'm comfortable raiding with people, and I've been enjoying it. I don't want to start over again. I can't do it. I would move on to another game at that point. So I hope Turtle WoW stays up, and I can't predict the future, but I can say that they're not giving up. I actually have 2 beers today. Probably shouldn't drink for this raid. I swear if I get loot banned again. Ugh. I think they're being, yeah, I think they're just being anal about wanting a level 54 medic. Which is weird. Anyways, it doesn't bother me. You can ask me anything. That's what I'm here for. Kieran. All right, let's set up my keys here because I just realized that I switched specs and didn't put backstab on my bar. By the way, I've gotten a new monitor. It's an OLED, and I'm very impressed. Initially, I was scared because I saw some banding, but then I did a pixel refresh and it fixed it all, and now I'm been very happy with it. It's so bright. I turned down the brightness though, and then the blacks were so black I couldn't see anything. I suppose the servers themselves are safe, but I think their access is in jeopardy. You're probably fine in Thailand, but America, the UK, and China seem vulnerable. You may end up having to use a VPN, yeah. And if you do have to use a VPN, obviously that creates several problems. One of them being that your connection becomes inherently worse just because you're funneling through the VPN. But then you have to pay for a VPN. There are some free ones, but the free ones obviously are not going to be as good as the paid. And then, yeah, it's just a PETA. PETA meaning pain in the ass. Sorry. Sometimes I forget not all of my audience is necessarily up on Americanisms. But hey, I say enjoy it while you can. And you're right, in Thailand I'll probably be safer. But in Thailand I have not so great ping because I'm playing on Nordnor. I keep meaning to play on the C server, but haven't done so yet. I imagine my connection to the C server would be way better. One of these days, Dark Reaver is going to spawn while we're waiting for raid, and it's going to be a disaster. Because you come through that portal and he kills you immediately. And then you lose your arcane resist buff, which is not good. So the part to get to Anomalous takes less than an hour, so I don't have to log out to save buffs. I could if I wanted to be careful. But I don't think it's necessary. Well, hello there. Stay a while and listen. I don't know why I keep doing that. Got to make back some money. 7 silver. Doing good. You see a lot of discussion on the TY Discord about limitations on new bosses and abilities. Yes, it does. in the current client. I hope they'll upgrade to 3.3.5 because the current client add-ons are terrible. Well, they have a lot of decisions they need to make. Now that they've made this decision about Unreal, they have to decide where... Whoops. They have to decide what else they would do. I'm not privy to those conversations, so I have no idea how it's going to go. But an improved client would be great. I myself was struggling because I changed my monitor, and when I changed my monitor, it like destroyed my resolution settings for some reason. And then I had to do a full reinstall of the game and then move my add-ons over, which is good. It was a good cleaning opportunity to clean up all the mess that I'd made in the previous folder and all the add-ons that I don't use at all but still had in there for no good reason at all. And then I did manage to fix my resolution, as you can see. And it saved Empower, which is good. But we'll see if anything else comes up. Also, I'm not using Super WoW at the moment, which is problematic because I won't be able to see certain cast bars. Hopefully. Hopefully they'll come up with something interesting that no one had thought of. Any thoughts on the tone of the conversation behind the UE5 cancellation? I see a lot of people threatening to quit, doomsaying the server. That's just Turtle WoW forums. It's always like that. They're so toxic. Everything is the end of the world. Everything is doomsday. Everything was malicious from the very beginning. There are people in there who I see post things like, oh, Turtle WoW was only talking about Unreal to get people to play Turtle WoW. It's like, just no. And yeah, I see you posted on my Discord. I don't have any information, bear this in mind, but the Unreal Azeroth team hasn't talked about the project being canceled, just it's the end of the association with Turtle WoW. So that's not quite the same thing, is it? So who knows what they're planning to do. Maybe they think they can go under the radar. I don't know. They're not the ones being sued, so maybe it's safer for them if they're not associated with the people who are being sued, right? All sorts of ways to think about this that make a lot more sense than some of the stupidest takes I've ever seen in my life on the Turtle WoW forums. Which is like, if you're that toxic about the game, why are you even on that forum in the first place? Okay, 4 minutes to go. I will start using some consumes. Something feels a little off. I'm not sure what's going on. But you know what? A lot of people are just upset because Unreal Azeroth was fucking cool. I myself was quite looking forward to it. Just for the possibility of being able to have multiple quests going on. And then I was planning to do a full replay with the level 1 character in the Unreal Azeroth. Maybe that will still come to pass. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens. But I can say for sure that I looked into the lawyers involved. They're no joke. These guys are stone cold psychopaths. They will destroy everything if they can. But legally, they are in the US, so they are bound by US restrictions. And can't do certain things. Wow, it's so bright. So I picked up three quests in Stranglethorn. This is Booty Bay. This one I'm a little bit worried about it messing up my Bloodsail reputation, but I'm still going to do these. I'm going to do all of these. We did manage to kill the shaman troll guy in Highjaw. Stone Cold Psychopaths. They don't care about how many people are involved in this or whatnot. They really don't care. They are cutthroat corporate lawyers. If they... I don't know what to tell you, but if you've never dealt with corporate lawyers before, if they can find a way to mess up your home life so that it disrupts your ability to defend yourself in a court of law, they will do it. So, just have to be careful. Yo. Alright, so we're gonna need the Juju Ember and the Greater Fire Protection at some point. Actually, Normoon's the first boss. Even if I die, nothing else does fire damage, I think. So I can just use this now. Well, let's see if that gamble pays off. I don't think there's any other fire damage before that. What else? Poison. Wow, we have one spot open. You've never dealt with corporate lawyers before? Do you have some stories? Not personal ones, but...
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Actually, you know what? If you watch Better Call Saul, you'll... Watch Better Call Saul. and bear in mind that Saul Goodman is sort of the good guy in that story. And that the corporate lawyers... Yeah. They're literally destroying lives. I don't know. Oh, where did that guy come from? Holy shit. I might turn down my spell effects. This is a little bit over the top for me. I don't know. Alright, this is where things get dangerous, because I cannot see the cast bar. No. Am I hitting him? Apparently some people died. Was I even hitting anything? God, I kind of wish I had stayed swords. Yeah, so it's sort of known that... Well, I mean, if you look at contract agreements, and the sort of legal language that are in corporate agreements and things, they're kind of insane. One thing that I kind of benefited from that that I didn't really think about is that when I worked at Blizzard, I don't think that the contracts were quite so disgusting at that time. And as a result, I don't think there's much in my original Blizzard contract that they could hold over me at this stage. Which, one of the things that is in a lot of game design contracts in particular has to do with intellectual property rights. And basically giving up any intellectual property rights to anything you work on while you are there. And sometimes they can claim things that you worked on while you, not necessarily that you did at home, but like things that you worked on while you were employed by them. And those are some of the most insidious ones. Because there have been cases, though I can't think of any, but I have heard that there are cases where they have come after people for IPs that people worked on in their spare time. Though that could just be rumor mill stuff. I'm gonna target this one. That's... fuck. This one. Wait, I didn't see my side. Probably should have checked that. And now, lag. Fuck. Zenrai is on blue. We'll just throw a Juju Ember on myself. That's actively disgusting. Oh, that's only the start of it.
5.
Some of these executives
4,
are not
3, 2, 1.
What I would call nice people. And they have a history of abusing employees in a variety of ways. Many of them get away with it. Bobby Kotick was one of them. Literally threatening to kill his assistant. And then tried to gaslight everyone that he was like a good person. I just... kind of insane. And that's just one of the stories. Like, that's just one person. And most of the executives have long had these kinds of stories in their background. I might be the one who has to... Your pawn's an advantage this game. Lunar shift. Sorry, I have to pay a little bit of attention to this. Someone's doing a really good job taking care of the ravens, though, so I don't have to think about it. Don't want to use any cooldowns here. Chesbot, you are red. I don't have any cooldowns. I'll just use this. Okay. Yeah, it was a little bit scuffed, yeah. But otherwise good. Nice. Nothing for me to ogle at, but Kodak's reputation is in the shitter, though. Yeah, but he's still sniffing around the edges. Like, he wanted to buy TikTok. I don't know if you saw that whole thing. Just kind of... It's just kind of gross, so they keep hanging around, like... They think they're so important, but they're so useless. I don't know. He got away with it without jail time and a golden parachute, which should be criminal, but no one likes Kodak, yeah. It's not just that they get away with it. It's that people actively defend them after the fact. No. We should be on this one anyways. Bleh. Oh, I forgot to use the, No. Huh? Was that me? No. I never get the last eviscerate off. As a lifelong gamer, I'm shocked at the entitlement I see people have when it comes to games and game development. Turtle WoW is free, but these people act like they're owed something. Yeah, I don't know. It's a vocal minority. I think that's the important thing to keep in mind. And it's a vocal minority of people who just want to hate on things. and be cynical like it's cool. But they're really just spiteful little shits. They're seeking attention through hate. It's very common, especially on Reddit, which seems to be where most of it occurs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we're gonna let that shake out a little bit. Okay. Uh-oh. I saw the Turtle team actually removed a mega thread on UE5 in their subreddit. Yep. They're removing association, so... Because what's the point of talking about it at this point? If the goal for the UE5 people is to lay low, then removing any indication of any attachment to the Turtle WoW people is important. Frost up. Let's move this over here. Oh, Zunrai volunteers as tribute. I'm going to use Badge of the Storm Guard as the opener.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Once again, waiting for this. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to swap my poisons, and they may run out during this fight. Don't go that way. Oh no. Okay, that's actually a very unfortunate combo to happen right there. But actually works out because it was a melee infinity. Oh no. Dude, fuck this Ankantagos guy. What's he trying to kill me? Alright, let's get a Juju on me. Oof. Got him. Lace seal leg plates, loop of infused renewal. I have not seen this. That's an interesting one. Your magical heals have a chance to trigger a bonus healing effect. That's pretty cool. Wow. I saw the Turtle Out team action. Okay. I'm all caught up. Let's get Dissolvent up. I feel like I'm too close to my monitor.
4, 3, 2, 1.
In we go! Oh. Bummer. What the fuck? I could not hit his back. I don't know what's going on there. Sus. We're down our fire water. You know, I haven't gone down into that laboratory in a while. I think after this raid I will go check it out. See if there's any quests that I could maybe do. Maybe.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Don't like that. Oh, we're in combat. Some people don't listen. All right. Do we still have the buff? We didn't die, did we? Ah, 81, 27 minutes left. So perfect. As long as we one-shot Anomalous. And if we die, we would have
4,
lost the buff anyway,
3,
so
2,
actually matters
1.
not. Why am I slowed? Alright. Let's get our Arcane Resist gear on. Boop. What are we at? 357. Maybe I swap in tricksters here. Let me check. 302. That's plenty. There's so much stats on this. I'm gonna do that. Food is fine. I need my magic resist available here. And arcane. Greater arcane here. And we're ready to go. What's your favorite feature, idea, zone, or mechanic that you can remember from working on WoW's development that never made it into the game? Oh. One of my first ideas, and one of the ones that actually Alan Adham said that they were going to do, was the cartography. The original idea of cartography was that players would craft the maps as they move around, and they'd be able to write notes into the map, and then they could sell the maps. Obviously, that's quite involved, and didn't end up happening. But that was one of my original ideas for it that I thought was pretty cool. Another one that I wanted to do was to have it such that
5,
human
4,
and horde,
3,
all of
2,
their towns and
1.
cities and outposts and stuff were more places of conflict. And if you went to you could fight there and take them over if you killed all the guards, and you would wipe them out, and then they would be taken over by horde guards, and then they'd be like outposts for the horde in those locations. Did I get... I can't see my slice and dice, so I don't know how I'm doing there. I have not been bombed in a long time. I don't know why. Cloak of the Bloody Ravager. If it weren't a strength one, it would be interesting to me. It's very red. All right. There we go. Saw your new show before. Keep that up. Was great. Thank you, Zekaz. I will be premiering it as the first episode soon. I'm gonna do a bunch of promotion and link it in a bunch of game dev places and things like that. Because that's sort of the target audience, though I know it is interesting for non-game devs too, which is kind of the point. I want non-game devs to understand what a nightmare hole the game industry actually is. I don't think people understand how bad it has been for a very long time. My blade flurry is messed up. That would have been neat and gone well with survival. Yeah, I think it would be a great survival one for TWoW, but I didn't. It's a lot of work to make that happen, to make it work. Oh, I am dead. As for the PvP town idea, that ended up happening in Nagrand and TBC, but it was much smaller in scope and didn't see much outside of that. Yeah, the closest they got to it in Classic WoW was the towers in Eastern Plaguelands. Do I risk the second beer? I think I'll go for a soda water. I did quickly look over the episode I did for Game Dev News, and I kind of think there's not much to edit, actually. So I'm wondering if I just do the shows live moving forward and don't worry about that. And there wasn't much Q&A, but I like the idea of having the Q&A and answering questions about anything I talked about, because sometimes I have in my head, like, I know this topic inside out, and so I'm discussing things I'm very, you know, I'm wondering if I'm getting across all the information, or if I'm, like, accidentally hiding information because I know things that other people don't about the game industry. And I want it to be accessible to anybody. Tier 3.5 neck holder and TF tomorrow. Nice. Thunder Fury tomorrow? Oh, that's awesome. Oh shit, I can't move. Would you recommend working in the game industry? I'm a software engineer and I make games in my personal time. I've got a lot of feeling about being exploited, especially in American companies. I don't recommend it. Not right now. Right now, it is the worst time in maybe game development history to be in the game industry. Because everyone's being laid off. So there are tens of thousands of game developers with 5 to 20 years of experience who are looking for jobs right now. You're competing with all of them for any proper studio. That doesn't mean you couldn't find a job. In fact, one of the things about the game industry that is so frustrating is that if you worked at a company and they lay you off for any reason, getting hired again is almost impossible. So that sort of leaves these vacancies open that can almost never be filled because there's such a specialized certain levels of design are very specialized and not as replaceable as these corporations seem to think they are.
Five, 4, 3.
I should have gotten some ice for this.
1.
Wait. Oh, these are not Magus. Oh, hello. Okay, now Magus is moving. Can't reach him. So the unique spin on your show is your experience and perspective on the industry. I hope so. I hope that's what will make it interesting for people. Though I think I maybe can come off as bitter and jaded sometimes. But I don't know. It seems to be an appropriate thing to be right now in the game industry. Sadly. I turned my spell effects up and I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm struggling to see feet. AI is causing massive waves and not the fun utopian kind. Nope, definitely not the fun utopian kind. Quite the opposite. Quite the dystopian, everyone's going to be miserable forever kind. If you, like... Everyone should look more into who Sam Altman is and the sort of things he said, because if everyone would just read his book, you would understand that he is a depraved psychopathic maniac. Like, guy is... Oh, it's the end of all ambitions. He's a depraved maniac who, like, literally wants to bring about a future where he is like this tech god. I'm gonna go with Badge of the Storm Guard here. Do these help here? I'm not 100% sure. I think they do. What about indies? Some of them seem good. A lot of indies are good. They're doing well. Larian is one of them, and people are shitting on them right now because they mentioned using AI in any capacity. Which I thought was quite ironic because the concern about AI is it basically stealing jobs and being a thief of art and other things. And Larian's not using it in any capacity like that. In fact, they've hired more concept artists than almost any studio as a percentage, given the size of the studio. It's kind of insane. All right, we just have to go full ham right away. I'm feeling a little sluggish. We're on 4 dooms. We didn't make it. We didn't make it. What happened? I was feeling sluggish, I'm not sure. I did not know that was assigned on the sheet, so I did not do that. Let me put that up. Yeah, I guess I did. Apparently, I had mind-numbing poison assigned to me on the sheet, and I didn't notice. It's never been done on the sheet before, so I was a little confused. Let me double-check this sheet, because now I'm worried. What else did I miss? I'm on Kick as well. Kick SB. Alright. Shadow Bolt. Kick Shadow Bolt. Okay. What sort of things has Alton said? He's basically predicted a future where the billionaire class are genetically modified to be superior to all others, and we are all mutant servants who are like modified to not think so much and just do tasks. Human robots, if you will. It's his book is quite disturbing. It is very much a dystopian tech future that we really don't want to see happen. But here he is in charge of open AI, which is not even open source, and they're trying to make money off of it. All right, we got to put mind numbing 3 on, and I got to focus up if I'm going to be kicking shit. I'll put it on my offhand. And I'll put Corrosive 2 on my main. Let me see here on this. We'll eat this. The push for ChatGPT to write erotica and enter romantic relationships with consumers seems so insanely predatory. Yeah, it is. Didn't Sandfall hire people based on stuff they had made, put on the internet, and cold call them? That must be the greatest being hired for that reason and to get put. You guys get to put your awesome stuff into games. Yes, it is. I always say that they should hire more from the community like that because, like, who's going to be more enthusiastic about working on a game than people who were already fans and already trying to work on the game? All right, it's a 50 timer. I'm kicking Shadow Bolts. Probably shouldn't have done that. That 2-minute timer F's up my quickness potion. Oh well. We'll go with a Juju Might this time because a little bit of extra attack power couldn't hurt here. Alright, so I'm looking for SB, Shadow Bolts.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Flame Strike. Dreadlord's shoulder blades and gloves of leyline convergence. Nice. The idea of preying on a vulnerable human only to say, if you really love me, you'd buy my full version should be illegal. I agree, and there is a legal case against that sort of manipulation. I believe I'd have to look it up again, so I'm not 100% on this exactly how it went down, but a certain country sued the makers of a mobile Harry Potter game because if you your characters could get killed and they would be threatening to kill them if you didn't pay money, basically. And that got them into some deep shit. I don't know how that ended up going. I'd have to look it up again because that was a number of years ago, but it was quite an interesting case.
1.
Now, fuck. I can't move, yeah. Now we can move. What are we on? Wait, what? Insignia of the Horde goes on. I think we might go with one of our passives. It's a 2-minute cooldown there. I just used it. Why don't we go with where's Heart of Dreams? There it is. That way I won't be tempted to accidentally use it. In fact, I might do this. There. Hold up. What if we put this here? Okay, we're going with Drakefang Talisman then. Interesting. Let's get Corrosive 2 on our main. And Corrosive 1 on our off. Everything else looks good. There's a Shadow Bolt, but it would kill me, so it doesn't matter. We'll start with Blade Flurry on. And we will use our last Oil of Immolation. I have more in my mailbox. Oof. All right. And away we go.
5, 4, 3.
Maybe.
2,
Maybe.
1.
Okay, we're going. Yes. Yes, we're going. How am I not seeing Taste for Blood anymore? What's going on with that? There it is. Alright, I have to remind myself not to use my trinkets. It's the king, you gotta line of sight the king, otherwise you fucked. Oh, I don't have my macro for the queen. Am I not hitting him? Oh, fuck. What is going on? I did not have his back. I was just white hits that whole time. How embarrassing. He is not facing the direction he claims to be, I must say. Yikes. Yeah. We killed him and then we were just too far away from the top. Oh. If the knight is close to the king, it happens early. I didn't know that. Learned something new about that fight. Unfortunate. Yep. My Spirit of Zanza wasn't up. I'll go with the Firewater this time. Why is it counting down seconds? Interesting. Oh well. Always a bummer to die. So I noticed with all the buffs that the plus hit from the Drake Fang was giving me additional crit. Whereas I was actually losing crit here. So huh. Strange. Yeah. Weird. Lol. Okay. Start with the Blade Flurry on. We are out of AoE
5,
entirely.
4, 3.
I'm gonna throw
2,
advanced target
1.
there. I just have to watch for void zones on the ground. I hope that's right. It's hard to tell with all the people there.
Go down.
Did it work? I can't tell. That was messy. Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Cool, cool, cool. Damn. Yeah, there's SRs on all these things, so it's not like I'll ever get to roll on them. Ephemeral Pendant. I might go for Pawn's Advance, but I'm not sure. Increase your attack and casting. It's 46 attack power. I feel like it's a... I guess I'll off-spec it. You can stealth, yeah. I know you can stealth through here because I've done it before when when no one was around. Oh.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's it. You worry about the future of TWA's player base. If access is limited for many countries requiring a VPN, how will the game dynamically grow? How many people will put up with slower speeds? That's a question I can't really answer. It really depends on how everything goes down. Hmm. Oh. Do you think this should be a permanent change here? Should I always be using Drake Fang? Where is it? Dear Drake Fang, where the shit are you? I can never find my Drake Fang talisman. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyways, I'm not worried about the Turtle WoW community as much as I'm worried that there won't be a Turtle WoW community if Turtle WoW isn't as widely available as it currently is. I stunned it at the end there. Does that count? I don't know. Where are they going? Dying with a bang, but not with a bang, but with a whimper? If it goes out on a whimper, isn't that better for everyone? Like, why does everything have to grow? I feel like that's a capitalist mindset. Like, even if things get bad, and the community of Turtle WoW shrinks and shrinks. When I started streaming it, it was like less than 1,000 people online at any given time. What are we doing? Is this a skip? Are we trying to skip here? All right. I don't know what they're doing. I feel like actually we're gonna go dissolvent again. Why does Drake Fang Talisman not show up in my options here?
3, 2,
I knew it.
1.
Fucking knew it. Alright. I think that regardless of the outcome, Turtle WoW's existence showed everyone that what could have been. What could have been for Classic Plus. And the biggest disappointment will always be that instead of embracing it, Blizzard tried to shut it down. Instead of going, ah, wow, okay, that's what Classic Plus should be. They went, you can't do that. That's our IP. And tried to kill it. Same with Nostralius. Blizzard, if not for Nostralius, Blizzard would never have tried to make a classic server. It would never have happened. Ever. There's definitely something zen for letting something die after it's brought joy to many. The circumstances just seem uncertain and bleak. But that's the thing, like, no matter what the outcome is, it's here now. This is the time to enjoy it. Now more than ever, because who knows what next week will bring. And, you know, there's loot and stuff and, like, the permanence or impermanence of a character, but does that really matter? Isn't it more about getting to do cool shit and discovering stuff and reading all the lore and hanging out with friends and getting yelled at by the raid because you didn't put mind-numbing poison on your offhand? Right? Oh. I still have Demon Slaying, so I don't need to do anything. This patrol, Pat. Is that? Oh, okay. I feel like there's a flashing light. It's like a transition here. Do you have any thoughts on Turtle WoW monetizing Classic Plus? The idea of it being a fan server and love letter is great, but their ads and making millions of Blizz's IP makes it hard to defend. But they're not making millions. I don't know where these ideas came from, that they're like making huge amounts of money. And I don't know if people understand this, but all that money goes back into development. Like, it's not going anywhere crazy. It's sort of... It's weird how these rumors go around. But are they really making money off of Blizzard's IP? And who really owns that IP in the first place? I understand that that Blizzard, the company, owns the IP called World of Warcraft. But what does Microsoft executives have to fucking do with World of Warcraft? Jack shit. And they weren't going to make a classic game, so if anything, they should be paying Nostralius for every person who comes to World of Warcraft through their classic servers. You know what I mean? Because they showed them that it was what people wanted. So I don't buy into that idea that it's Blizzard's IP. I have more ownership of this. Okay, if you look up intellectual property rights are created at the time that you come up with the idea. As soon as you write it down, That is your IP. The quests I wrote in Classic are more mine than theirs. If you look at the letter of the law, did I sign a contract that said I signed away my intellectual property rights? No, I did not. I came in through QA, so I never signed the contract along those lines. In fact, I never signed a contract like that until I worked at Oddworld Inhabitants, and they had a sheet. Whoa, almost fucked that up. They had a sheet where you could declare your intellectual properties that you already owned prior to working there. So they were cool about it. They at least gave you the chance to like write down like I own this and that, and this is something I worked on, and this is before you guys and all that. And they came from Hollywood, so they did that stuff in sort of the Hollywood fashion. But if you think about it, maybe I own more World of Warcraft than Microsoft does, at least by IP rights. I'll tell you this: the Chimeran pirates that they used in StarCraft 2, 100% my conception, done while I was working on the Trigger Map of the Month program. Again, did not have. I don't believe in my contract anywhere it said anything about handing over all my IPs to them. So let's call it even. I'm letting them fair use my stuff. And maybe they should let Turtle WoW use the World of Warcraft IP. You know what I mean? I just think the idea that fucking Microsoft owns the IP of Warcraft is insane. These corporations have no souls. They don't think about these things. They don't care about anything except making money. They shouldn't own anything. Nah. Oh, that was my bad. I did not see the burning hatred. I actually thought I could kill him before it happened. Arrgh. Shifting Mantle of Conquest. Give it to me. Slash target war. Where is warrior type B? Look at this. Look at this. Fuck yeah. It's a great T-Mog, for sure. I will definitely make a full costume for that later. Ugh. You wrote a macro for World of Warcraft. You could argue I own more intellectual property rights to a character than Microsoft. I mean, if someone else used that macro in the game, if they use that macro in the game, yes, you would have stronger IP rights to it. But there's an end user license agreement. So in the end user license agreement, if you read through that, basically you are agreeing that anything you do with the game is theirs and that you own nothing. If you read through that EULA, it's kind of all-encompassing and a little bit psychopathic. Whereas, whereas the stuff that I worked on while I was there, those are my concepts, and under intellectual property rights, the moment I concepted them, the moment I came up with them, and whether I put them in the game or not, they belong to me. Just like if you write a story in your room, that belongs to you. That's how intellectual property works. Oh! I'm gonna go for moon. Nope. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Getting my ass kicked here. Holy shit. Alright. Oof. You can't steal and sell stolen work, then plead with the original author not to sue you. Corporations do it all the time. What do you mean? They're doing it right now with AI. Every time they release AI bullshit, that's stolen work. They're constantly stealing. Well, here we go. No flame strike on us. Where does the flame strike go if it's not targeting on them? It's kind of weird. It's theft? Yeah. Blizzard stole my work. You are correct. Blizzard stole Metzen's work. Because Blizzard, the company, is not Chris Metzen. Intellectual property rights should only belong to human beings. Blizzard is making their own Classic Plus? That's the rumor. Ow. Ow. Fuck. That was unfortunate. Yes, Turtle WoW is theft. Okay. Or was Classic WoW abandoned? And they are invoking their right to maintain abandoned software. Abandonware. What do you think? Do companies have the right to murder old software and then if anyone tries to do anything with it, go after them? An in-game donation shop is just a cash shop? No, it's completely voluntary. You don't have to buy anything. you donate, you get some coins, and you don't have to do anything with them. That's a donation shop. Classic WoW was abandoned for many years. They did not make a Classic WoW until Nostralius proved that there was money to be made from it. Then they took down Nostralius and took, what was it, 2 more years to put out a Classic product? Sounds like abandonware to me. If I write a World of Warcraft story, publish it, sell it, run ads for it, and rub it in the original author's face, I deserve to get sued? If you say so. It seems like you have a hard-on for hating on Turtle WoW, so I don't know what to tell you. Mantle of the Drifting Stars. And Wraps of Dead Winds. What was that? Oh, that was for the T-Mog for this. I can't see the T-Mog. I remember this looking cool. I do want the T-Mog on the mantle. Damn it. They have fun ideas, but at the end of the day, they're thieves. I think that's quite extreme. If you make a Warcraft 3 map in the Warcraft 3 editor, is that thievery? Who are you stealing from? You're stealing from Blizzard? If people don't like Blizzard's classic WoW, and they don't want to give them money, and they come play Turtle WoW, is that money that belongs to Blizzard? I say no. Any money I've donated to Turtle WoW would never have gone into Blizzard's hands. Not in a million years. So Blizzard can fuck right off. It's not their money.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's very weird that you're defending the corporations, by the way. I don't know if you understand just how little they care about you. You can take that logic and extrapolate it into any other video game and make my own version. The biggest appeal of Turtle WoW is it's free WoW. No, the biggest appeal of Turtle WoW is that it is a Classic Plus server that builds on what came before. Gauntlets of Precision. And does it well. There are thousands of private servers, but I'm not playing on any of those.
5, 4,
I'm playing on Turtle WoW because it's the right mix.
1.
They nailed it. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like it, it's not any skin off my nose. You don't have to play it. If you think it's theft, then don't support it. Don't donate. That is your choice. Use up, oh shit. No. Don't support it. Don't watch content about it. You're watching me right now. You're kind of boosting views. You're sort of showing people Turtle WoW is cool. You're indirectly supporting it. Fuck, the cruel fight. I shouldn't have eaten that. Alright, I gotta focus up for the Mephistroth fight. Cruel note shouldn't be a problem. Oh. No. I gonna die again? Hey, yo. I don't have a lot of raid buffs because I died. Oh my god. Look at it this way. If someone made a better product than Blizzard with their own IP, who does it really belong to? I, for one, am one of those people who believes that intellectual property rights should become open, basically open source. Holy shit, I need to see what side I'm on. Zenrai, Warrior Type B, Group 1. Okay, I'm over here. I need to get my health pot stuff. I forgot to tighten up. Alright, rip my food. At least for this fight. I'm gonna switch to Deadly and Corrosive 2. Let's stick with those. What am I missing? 7,200 is about right. 7,500 should do nicely. There we go. If you don't like it, don't play. Doesn't have to be that complex. Precisely. Why are you spending time hating on it? Like, what's the point? Are you trying to convince me? Who are you trying to convince?
5, 4, 3, 2.
It seems
1.
easier to improve on what exists than create something new. Maybe. That can be true. For a lot of things, yeah. I am eating shit here. I can't see my slice and dice. I have no idea where it is. All right, I need to get this up. Oh my god. I was almost top. If only I'd been able to... I should have... I should have lipped before the 25%. It would... No, actually, last time I tried to lip before, and it just knocked me back, and I couldn't do anything anyways. I'm really not sure what to do there. I didn't have a chance to do anything. I was knocked into the air and killed in the air, so... Meh. If I write a better story with your characters, do your characters now belong to me? No, because I'm a human being. Blizzard is a corporation. You see the difference? Does Blizzard own those characters? Does Blizzard own that intellectual property? Who owns it? Chris Metzen or Blizzard? Who owns it more? That's what I'm asking. Turtle WoW players turn a blind eye to the theft as it benefits them. They don't care and it's silly. Dude, I worked on this thing. I worked on World of Warcraft. I worked on this IP. There's stuff in it that I feel belongs to me because it came from my mind. And legally, that might actually be the case for certain things, like Sargar Darkthorn. Or Tok'ra Pathseeker. But what legal recourse do I have? Am I going to fight Microsoft in an intellectual property battle that I will no doubt lose? I don't think so. I don't think so. You worked on it, most of the players did not. The creators of the server certainly did not. Well, they're working on it now, and a lot of the content in Turtle WoW is their content. So that's something to think about. How much of that belongs to them? And remember that at the time that Turtle WoW started, there was no classic WoW. So they were building on top of abandonware at that time. So you have to consider the timing of things in these cases. It's an important distinction to make. But either way... Look, if Chris Metzen were in charge of Blizzard right now and this was all coming from him... Like, if he came out and said, all these pervert servers need to go down right now, I'd be like, okay. Chris, I trust you. You know what you're doing. You're gonna do Classic Plus right. Blizzard Entertainment? Sorry. Activision, Blizzard King, a Microsoft company. I don't trust them. I know they won't do the right thing. I know they'll make a Sparkle Pony mount and do other stupid bullshit that I hate. Like they have always done. So, forgive me if I'm not crying and weeping for the poor corporation and its billions of dollars. But this game, I have a stronger connection to it than they do. And at this point, Turtle WoW has built more stuff for a Classic Plus than I believe Blizzard has. At least they haven't published anything. But let's see. Let's see what happens. I just don't understand why you're so mad about it. The Sparkle Pony mount is directly analogous to all mounts in the Turtle WoW store? Not really. Not really. Again, it's an optional thing. You can donate. You don't have to. You don't have to buy anything. I played from 0 to 60. I didn't
5,
do
4,
any donating
3,
at all.
2, 1.
Not until long after I hit 60 did I even bother. And that's something to think about in terms of the quality of what we're dealing with here. Shit, I need my demon sling. I need to focus. If I fuck up shackles again, I'll get loot banned, and I really don't want that to happen. Fuck. Seems I'm already on thin ice here. Group 1 is on Crystal 1. Alright.
Beware.
I ain't touching shit. What are my poisons here? Corrosive and deadly. That's messed up. I'm gonna switch to double dissolvent. Did I get that off? I did not.
Beware.
Will this break shackles? God, do I test it? I don't think so.
My plan has long
Nice. I'm gonna put the Juju fire protection on me now. Ah. Good trimmer.
my plan has long
Hey, Vinny. Thanks for the gifted membership. Thanks for the 2 gifted memberships. Oh shit. Alright. I can't move. So we're waiting, 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 waiting. That is a long shackles. I really can't do that without the double. I had the greater fire, but I needed one more thing. God bless Kisef, thank you. Member for 13 months. That's over a year. If we don't care about the donation shop, we don't care about Blizzard's in-game cash shop. After all, why aren't the two analogous? It's optional to buy a mount in Blizzard's WoW. Because it's an obvious cash grab on Blizzard's part. Instead of improving the game or doing the Classic Plus, they just sell you more shit. Turtle WoW has the donations so that they can make more cool stuff. That's the difference. If you don't see that difference, I don't know what to tell you. Need 100 here. Fucked. Blizzard is already asking for a sub. Turtle WoW does not. Exactly. Blizzard's already charging you a monthly fee, and they charge you for a box, and they charge you, and they throw out more things for you to spend money on. And instead of giving you more content for that, they just put more Sparkle Pony mounts. Because it's more cost effective. Sash of the Grand Betrayal. Oh, shoot. All right. Heart of Mephistra. No loot for me today. Seems like an obvious cash grab on Turtle's part. How does it seem like a cash grab? Donate money for an obvious advantage? Donate for... What's the obvious advantage? You talking about bags? Because that's the only advantage. Donate for a mobile auction house? Donate for a mobile bank? So what? Yeah, they're advantages. But they're donations. And from that donation, they fund a team to create more content. They don't charge you a monthly sub. They don't charge you for... a box of anything. They release new content all the time. Blizzard charges you a monthly fee, charges you for additional content, and then on top of that, asks you to spend $80 or $100 on a mount that has a bank on it. Which is the better of these two? Are you honestly arguing that it's the same? Seriously. You are not being reasonable at all here. So what? Obvious clear advantages. One you're willing to excuse and one you're not. What do you mean what I'm willing to excuse? One of them funds the content. The other one, you pay for the content and you pay a fee for the sub. You pay a sub fee and you pay for any additional stuff. There's an obvious difference between the two. How are you not recognizing that? They are not extremely similar. You have a hate hard-on for Turtle WoW, and I don't know why. Why do you care so much? Why are you here talking about it? You could be doing anything else. You could be totally ignoring Turtle WoW and laughing about, haha, guess they're gonna get sued into oblivion. You don't need to think about it anymore. Blizzard's on the case. You're gonna get your wish. Goodbye, Turtle WoW, right? Why do you care? Why do you care? The cash shops are essentially the same thing. No, the cash shop for WoW is additional profit. The cash shop for Turtle comes from donations. That's different. The donations are to support continued development on Turtle WoW's Classic Plus specific flavor. The cash shop in Blizzard is to give the executives a yacht. How do you not see the difference? It matters where that money goes, right? Do you agree or do you not care? If you don't care, why are we having this conversation? If it does matter to you, if this is so fucking important to you, why don't you see the distinction between where the money goes? All right, what was I gonna do? I think I was gonna go to check out the... I'm gonna check out one of the lower areas. And I'm trying to think where the teleport is. You don't believe Turtle's money goes back to the game? Oh, you're one of those. You're one of those anti-Shenna people. Why didn't you just say that at the start? Look, that conspiracy shit, it's nonsense. I'm telling you right now, as someone who has at least associated with these people, it ain't that at all. It's not going... It's... What scam? You're obsessed. And you need to get help. But you're not going to get help here, and I'm afraid I'm done talking to you now that I understand how ridiculous you are being. There is nothing shady. That's literally donations that fund continued content. You can see the results of the content, so you're just completely off base here. So I'm gonna have to hide user on this channel for now, because I don't want to have this conversation anymore. You're not reasonable. You're not a reasonable person. I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand this particular anti-Turtle WoW group. Because he's not the only one. I've seen this before. And let me just say that the idea that they are not putting that money back into the development of the game is idiotic. You can see their roadmap. You can play the game and see the things. I'm literally in new Turtle WoW content that they developed from donations. They were able to do this because of donations. So the idea that they are doing something scammy or shady is absolute nonsense. Absolute stupid nonsense. And I don't understand where it comes from. I understand there's some history with a past server or something. I don't know what that's about. I've looked a little bit into it and found basically nothing but like raving lunatics like we just saw. And it's a dead end because there's no proof of any scam. So I don't know what to tell you people about that. I don't really know who Shenna is, but there's a group of people, and when they mention that name, you know they've gone, it's off the rails. And it's infuriating. It's infuriating. Arrgh. What's a disaster? What the heck? What's a disaster? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We saw that. It was Goku. It was funny. I was in the stream. Yeah. Right, one second. I'm going to say goodbye to my stream. All right, guys. I don't know what to tell you about that. That was weird. I've encountered that a little bit before, but not directly on my stream like that. If you're still watching for whatever reason, you're way off base. You can see the results of the donations into Turtle WoW in the content that they release and the schedule of future release content. It's there. Like, maybe you don't understand how expensive game development is. I don't know, but the Turtle WoW team is very forthright and very much a positive game development studio compared to what I know certain other studios have become. And if you don't see the difference between charging people a subscription fee every month and in addition charging them for any new content that comes out, and then in addition to that also charging them on a store and selling them stuff, compared to a donation shop where you can spend it on stuff in a store that just those donations is the only thing supporting the funding of the future of the game. I don't know what to tell you, but those are completely different things. One of them is cash grabs after cash grabs after cash grabs. And I tell you, those employees at Blizzard are not getting a percentage of anything. Think about that. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm going to go talk to some people. And I will see you guys next week. Maybe there'll be... Oh, the premiere of Game Dev News, I'm going to premiere it soon so you guys can experience that if you missed the live stream. And then next week, there's no Nax or anything, so I don't know if I'm going to be streaming WoW at all, but we'll see. But thank you for joining me again, and thank you, Vinny, for the gifted subs, and thank you, Kissa, for sticking with me for 13 months. You are a true hero of the channel. Sadly, for some, perception is stronger felt than reality, hence where conspiracy comes from. That's true. Yeah. GG Dave, can't wait to see Game Dev News. Yes! I will premiere it, I think, tomorrow. I'm not sure what the optimal time is yet, but I'll figure it out soon. I don't think there'll be too many edits, though, so if you did watch the live stream, you probably already know what you're going to see. But I'll see you then. Bye-bye for now. Designer Dave out.